Good morning, my beautiful and handsome students. How are you guys doing today? It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope you're all having a great day too. Now, today we're going to have our language arts lessons on question words. We're going to have a quick review about the question words that we talked about in the past few weeks. So let's just have a very quick review first, okay? So, first, what is this punctuation mark? I believe you all know this punctuation mark already, right? Is it a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark? Good one! It's a question mark. You guys are so smart at this already. And when do we use a question mark? Do we use it when we're excited or surprised? Or when we're trying to say something? Or when we are asking something? You're right again. We use it when we want to ask something or we want to know something. And here are the question words that we already discussed last time. First one is what. We use it when we ask about a thing, about an idea, about an activity, or ask about information. Just like, what do caterpillars eat? What do caterpillars eat? Right? What do they eat? Do they eat flowers? Now, I believe you know the answer to that question. What do caterpillars eat? Right? Now, let's move on to the next one. The question word who. We use it to ask about a person. We want to know the name of a person or who did something. Just like, who is making that noise? Oh, that's our neighbor. That kind of questions about who. Now let's move on to the next one. When? So the other question word that we also talk about is when. When do we use when? There are two whens in that question. You're right. When we want to ask about time, for example, we want to ask about the day, month, or occasion. As long as it's something related to time. So we use the question word when. Like, for example, can you give your own example? Good. Like, if we want to ask a question like, when do caterpillars turn into a cocoon? So, for example, you see a caterpillar today, and you want to know when does that caterpillar turn into cocoon? And if you know how many days does a caterpillar have to eat lots of leaves, you'll know when it's going to turn into a cocoon. Now let's move on to the next one. The last question word we talked about last time was where. And do you know when to use where? Yeah, when we want to ask about a place or a position. That's right. Where do butterflies get their food? Where do butterflies get their food? Do they get it from the kitchen? Or from the field? Or from the garden? So those are places or positions. Now we're going to learn two more question words. So there are like a few more, but we're going to focus on these two. These two question words are something that we always use. We always use to learn more information. All of those question words are very important, but these two question words that we're going to talk about today are something we always use in our classes, especially at the beginning of the unit, because we are very curious and we want to know how the world works and why things happen. So first one is the question word why. Just simple as WHY. Why? All of you use this question so many times because you are all so curious, right? You're all inquirers, and I believe you're all able to use this question word very well. When do we use the question word why? We use it to ask for a reason or cause. Reason or cause. Cause is like why things happened. So once we ask for a reason or cause, we'll learn why things happen that way. And this is the reason why we ask so many why questions. It's to get more information about things. And we usually use the word because to answer the question why. Or sometimes we use the word to because it's about getting more information. See, I just said the word because. Can we say the word again? Because. Yes, we use because to answer the question word why. We don't really have to use it all the time because some questions that have why, we usually sometimes we don't use because. Sometimes we say the word to because we are trying to explain something. Now here are some examples. So there's still gonna be some mistakes from this video and we'll try to correct them, okay? Why? That girl is eating. What could the question be? Why do you drink milk daily? Why do you drink milk every day? And what did the girl say? To maintain good health. To maintain good health. Remember I told you that we don't really have to use because in answering the word why. Sometimes we use to. So this answer uses to. It's trying to explain why do you drink milk. So we can answer this question in different ways. Like, I drink milk because I want to maintain good health. Or if you want to answer to be shorter, to maintain good health. I drink milk daily or I drink milk every day to maintain good health or to be healthy. Simple as that. I drink milk every day to be healthy. What about you? Now, well, Miss Danica drinks coffee every day. Now let's move on to the next one. Here's a man, and they're talking. The boy seems sad, and this is the teacher. Why is Hina's teacher so strict? Why is Hina's teacher so strict? So this is the teacher. Strict means tells you so many things. Not most of the time is not so happy in class. Always tells you do it fast, do it correctly. You have to learn this, you have to read this well. Why is Hina's teacher so strict? Are your parents strict? Is Miss Danica strict? I don't think so. I hope I am. Sometimes, right, if I need to be strict. It is because she is interested in the progress of her students. Wow, that's a long one. Let's say it again. It is because, it's using because, she is interested in the progress of her students. So some teachers, they really want the students to learn very well. That's why they become so strict. But probably not all the time. Most of them are very nice too, but sometimes they need to be strict as well. So the students will listen and then they will have good progress in their studies, right? Now let's move on to the next question. Why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting here? I am waiting for my friend. I am waiting for my friend. So you can just say directly the answer, I am waiting for my friend. Or you may also say it like, I am sitting here because I'm waiting for my friend. I'm sitting here because I'm waiting for my friend. Next one. It's a pretty easy question. Like some reasons that you just want to know about. Why did you not write a letter to your mom? Why didn't you write a letter to your mom? Because I didn't have time. Because I did not have time. So dad was calling the daughter, the very busy daughter, because is she still a child or already an adult? Right, she's adult. I'm pretty sure she's working already. How about this man? Is he an adult or he's already under old age? Old age, that's right. So he's asking, why did you write a letter? Why didn't you write? Or maybe you can ask it, why did you not write a letter to your mother? Why did you not write a letter to your mother? I did not write a letter to my mom because I didn't have time. Well, I hope you guys, now that we don't have to write letters, we can just call or video chat or text. We can always ask our grandparents about how they are by just simply calling or video calling, right? Now here. Next one. So the next question word is about how. How. It is used to ask about process of doing things. Last time we talked about what a process is. Something that's step by step if we want to know how things work. So we usually use a process. We use the question word how to ask about process of doing things or how to do things. Or for description. We want someone to describe us. Alright, so here are some examples. Description or describe. If I ask you to describe something, like for example, how's the weather like today? That's my question to you all the time, every time we're at school, right? You always said, oh, today's weather is sunny and warm. Oh, it's cool and rainy. So you are describing. So most of the time we use how to ask questions about description and to ask about process of doing things, like how to do things. So here's an example. How. Let's say that again. How. Okay. How does he go to school? How does he go to school? Yeah, the process of him to go to school. How does he do that? He goes to school by bus. He goes to school by bus. What about you? How do you go to school? Do you go to school on foot, by bus, or by car? Wow, yes, most of you go to school by car. Now let's play that again. I believe it was here. Now let's go. Next one. He's thinking. How is your father? How is your father? And he doesn't look so happy. How's your dad? He is not feeling well. Okay, this is supposed to be 2E. Feeling. He is not feeling well. Like, how's your dad? He's not feeling well. What about your dad? How's your dad? Is he happy? Is he strong and healthy? Good to hear that. How about your mom? How's your mom? So that's asking for some description. You use the word how to describe something. Now let's move on to the next one. Is this a bus or a train? Yep. How did you go to Lahore? How did you go to Lahore? I went, that's E, okay, E. I went to Lahore by train. I went to Lahore by train. What about you guys? How do you go to Shanghai? How do you go to Shanghai? Do you go to Shanghai by train? Okay, sometimes, maybe some of you go there by car, or maybe by car to Suzhou and take a fast train from Suzhou to Shanghai, right? So there's also a process on how to get to Shanghai or to Lahore. And here's another one. We can have this one as our last one. How did you return? How did you return? Or it means, how did you get back? How did you get back from Shanghai? I returned by bus. I returned by bus. How about you guys? How do you return from Shanghai? By car, by train, or by Didi? I usually take the train, and then take the van. Okay, so those are some examples we got from the video, and we're able to correct some sentences. Now here, let's have some practice using those. I'll show you the answer first, and then I'll show you the question without the question word, and you have to choose which question word should we put. Is it why or how? Now here's the answer. It's rainy and cool. It's rainy and cool. Blank is the weather today. Blank is the weather today. So, what do you think is the answer? Is it why or how? Blank is the weather today. You're good. How is the weather today? How is the weather today? It's rainy and cool. Where this is just an example. Where I am right now, it's sunny and hot. It's sunny and hot in my hometown. Now let's move on to the next answer. I eat healthy food, exercise every day, and sleep early. I eat healthy food, exercise every day, and sleep early. So here's the question. Blank, do you stay healthy? Blank, do you stay healthy? Is it why do you stay healthy or how do you stay healthy? You're right again. Can you say the question again? How do you stay healthy? How do you stay healthy? And let's read the answer together. I eat healthy food, exercise every day, and sleep early. See? Can you see that that's a process? These are steps on how to stay healthy. We eat healthy food, we exercise every day, and of course we need to sleep early. Now, let's move on. I hope you guys are all doing this. Are you? I hope you are. I believe you are. And I believe your parents too. And your entire family. And if they're not, you have to remind them. And different ways to stay healthy. There's so many different ways. These are just the basic. Now let's move on to the next answer. I'm crying because I lost my kitten. I'm crying because I lost my kitten. Do you think this is why or how? Can you see the keyword here? Because. Because. So does this question start with why or how? You're right. Oh, you're good at this. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Are you okay? I'm crying because I lost my kitten. Now let's read it again. Why are you crying? I'm crying because I lost my kitten. Now let's move on to the next one. Because they need to store lots of protein. What kind of question do you think is this? Because they need to store lots of protein. You remember what protein is, right? Yes, I'm pretty sure you remember it from our food pyramid. And protein is used for muscle building and used for animals in different ways. Very good for our body. So the question and the answer is because they need to store lots of protein. And can you see the keyword because? If you see the keyword because, what do you think does this question start with? That's right, it starts with why. Why do caterpillars eat a lot? Why do caterpillars eat a lot? We learned from our video yesterday yeah, that was yesterday, the life cycle of a butterfly. Why caterpillars eat a lot. So why do they eat a lot? It's because they need to store lots of protein. That's the kind of food they eat, and they're preparing to become a cocoon. And that protein that they store in their body, when they become a butterfly, they also use that same protein. And a part of that protein is also going to be used by eggs. So they're just not making or storing protein for being a caterpillar. They're doing it for like so it's like to be so that they stay healthy while they're a cocoon. They can use it while they're a butterfly, and they can also use it for the eggs. So many function why they're really eating a lot. Now they're like eating for the entire life cycle of the butterfly. Now let's move on to the next one. First, mix flour, eggs, and milk. Next, pour the batter into a pan. Finally, flip it when it turns golden brown. What do you think is this question? First, mix flour, eggs, and milk. Next, pour the batter into a pan. Finally, flip it when it turns golden brown. Do you think it's a why question or a how question? Let's see the question. Do you make pancakes? Blank, do you make pancakes? Is it why do you make pancakes or how do you make pancakes? You're right! You guys are good. It's how do you make pancakes? Can you say that again? How do you make pancakes? First, mix flour, eggs, and milk. Next, pour the batter into a pan. Finally, flip it when it turns golden brown. So that's the step. That's the process of making pancakes. Now you know it. Maybe you can make it tomorrow for breakfast, right? Yeah. So here's one last question. Because it helps us learn more and get good information. Because it helps us learn more and get good information. Can you see the keyword? There it is. The word because is the keyword. So, do you think it's a how question or a why question? You're really good at this. It's a why question because of the word because. Why do we need to ask good questions? Yeah, why are we learning a lot of question words and why do we need to ask good questions? Why do we need to ask good questions? Because it helps us learn more and get good information. If we don't ask good questions, maybe we will only get little bit of information. And if we ask really good ones, then we're going to learn more because we get very good information from people too. And remember when we ask questions and you don't get the answer from the people you want to ask that question, let's not stop from there, okay? We have the internet. We can do our own research. Or we can ask someone else too. So we never stop learning. We never stop trying to get good information. If you're not happy about what you heard from someone, you can always interview as many people as you can. Because we can now make good questions. And if we can't find answers from people, then we answer it by ourselves. Alright? Now, because we are problem solvers, we're inquirers, and we're knowledgeable too. Now, that's gonna be, I believe, yes, that's the last example. So, here for the homework, just like last time, this is gonna be the last time we're gonna be doing this, guys. I know you're so tired. Oh my god, I have to make 10 questions again. But don't worry, this is the last one, and we'll have a different activity next time. You have to write 5 why questions and 5 how questions you want to ask your friends and family. I believe these questions are going to be even more interesting because I know you have millions. Wow, did I just say millions? Or maybe hundreds of why questions and hundreds of how questions. So just choose your top 5 why questions and choose your top 5 how questions. Okay? And if you want to ask more, it's okay. You can make a list. I'm not going to stop you. But we'll try to use just 5 from those. If you can write 10, good. If you can write 20, then good. That's even better. Because I know you have so many questions and you can ask many good questions. Alright guys, I hope you learned so many things about how to use why and how to use how in questions. And really use them well. Because these 2 question words are very important. Just by asking one why question or by asking how one how question, we can learn so many information. So I hope to see you guys again soon, and I really miss you all. And if you heard some noise from our cats, it's because our cat just gave birth. Oh my god, I'm so excited to share it to you all. Maybe tomorrow I can share some videos of it. So our Mrs. Cat, she just gave birth and now she has two kittens. Oh my god. Yeah, she has two kittens. It's such a wonderful show. So in the room where I'm recording this video, she's at the back. She's at my back and she's crying. She just gave birth to two kittens. She's a very strong cat. I can't wait to share with you a video of her kittens. Bye guys. Have a great day.